Hey guys, welcome to a sweet popped episode of the So Nigerian podcast. So this is a very special and interesting episode because, as always, interesting guest always. This one we brought a pop star. You guys really stepped in. All the lights were flashing, blazing. Everything was shining, even down to his skin. Everything fresh boy, clean outfits. You guys, we have Taves with us.
Yes. But it's good though.
Do you know, I always wonder, like, how'd you come up with Taves? Because I know your name is Toluwani.
Yeah.
Toluwani, I immediately, where did Taves come from?
It's not anything deep. Like, I feel like guys assume that like everybody has to have like some deep backstory.
Deep.
You know, because it's more, the first letter of my name is T.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from. And then me and my brother were just trying to figure out like what sounds the coolest.
Yeah.
You know, because like when we did this, I was like 15 or 16, you know. And I was just all about stuff that was cool, you know. My name has to be cool. The music has to be cool. The way I dress has to be cool, you know, that type of thing. So, yeah.
Right, I guess. And it's so good to have you here, man.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, I've been bumping your tunes since, I think the first time I came across you was on Twitter. Yeah, the cover.
For days.
For days. And then it went crazy. You've gone crazy since then, and you've just been putting in the work.
Yeah, man.
It's a pleasure to have you here. On So Nigerian, the way we do things, you know, you're a very chill person, but like, you know, the way we have to come off very Nigerian.
Yeah,
and you know, as Nigerians, we have crazy listeners. And as we have crazy listeners, we have crazy dilemmas.
Right.
And I guess we're here to solve it with us.
Okay.
But before we go on, how's your week been now? Let's even understand your week.
I mean, this week has been pretty chill, you know, compared to like the past couple that I've had.
Yeah.
I've just been at home really trying to like decompress.
How do you decompress?
I eat it lots, and like I watch a lot of movies and shows just like on the normal. So like,
what show are you watching right now?
Show I'm watching right now, Silo. It's like an Apple TV show. It's kind of like, so like there's people, like 100,000 people that are trapped inside, or 10,000 people that are trapped inside like an underground bunker, and they don't know how they got there. They don't know why they're there, you know. And then outside is like a wasteland. That's what they're seeing outside, and sometimes people can request to like go outside, but once they go, they can't come back in, you know, that type of thing. So
that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, you dropped the project a couple of weeks back, and then it's been going crazy. Have you been listening to when you guys drop songs, do you guys like listen to your songs?
I mean, I don't want to.
Literally, I've been listening before release. Yeah. So do you keep on listening?
I mean, I don't want to say I don't, but not as much as like before it dropped, you know, because I've heard all those songs a million times. I'll listen to it a million more, but like there's other stuff that, because like I keep making songs, so it's like, okay, I keep finding new favorites.
Because even the sound on Popstar, I was a big fan of Are You Listening? You know, when Are You Listening dropped. Yeah. Bad Romance, that's my favorite jam. Just I won't get to my favorite jam on Popstar, but see Bad Romance. I don't know why that song is slept on. Like nobody talks about that song.
I mean, it's more I really love that song, you know, and I worked on it with Ari, and he really loves the song, you know, but I feel like it takes people time to sort of like figure out if they really like something or when they really like something, you know. Like, I think it took people, everybody's favorite song off that project, I think, is Enchanté.
Yeah.
And I think it took people like a year before they're like, oh, okay.
So
let's see what happens next year.
Hopefully you can get Bad Romance remix. I can sing, so I don't know.
It's going on.
But that song is actually crazy because I have a playlist. It's called like it's called Sweet Vibes. Be like that song. I put his bad romance. Oh, we can never be. Don't let me sing and chase. Everybody's looking at behind like. Don't let me chase you away. And speaking of singing, like we have a call to action song we do here.
Okay,
it's a very bad song.
Right,
is good in its own way. You know the way artistry is. You're an artist, so like there's layers to it, and maybe you can for a while just help us. Maybe you can add your vocals to it. So it's basically just asking people if they're subscribed, and then you just like say gigi. You know, obviously I know your type of music is more so with it's more so with a little bit of pint of R&B infused with like Afro at the same time. But this one is straight over, just trying to do something that will make people subscribe and make people rate us 5 stars. So it's basically just saying, are you subscribed? And you just say gay. But you can add vocals, you can add your little Taves magic. So it's, are you subscribed?
Are you subscribed?
No, you need to say is gigi.
Oh, okay. Let's do.
Are you subscribed?
Gigi.
Have you liked?
Gigi.
Have you commented? Don't let us stress it so much. But man, shout out. Let's before we go, let's just unwind. Let's see if everybody knows Taves as an incredible artist, nice vocals and everything.
Right.
Let's see if you actually have the expertise to solve our listeners' dilemmas.
All right, let's do it.
And just so you know, these people are crazy. We are all Nigerians, so you guys, you know the dilemmas are going crazy. So you guys make sure you follow us on So Nigerian Podcast everywhere. sonigerian.com/dilemmas if you want to send your dilemmas. I'm just going to read 3, but we're going to start from the first one.
Right.
And she says her name is Anonymous.
Okay.
I have a problem and I'm finding it difficult to handle. I work with my boss and we had something doing together.
Like,
it's not giving me
something doing like the work?
I don't know, maybe collaborative
type
efforts.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, they pop stars together.
Okay.
But yeah, she goes, he's not giving me the attention I want. But I'm angry with myself about the whole thing and regretting it so much. Anytime I go to work, I feel embarrassed, like I don't want to work with him anymore. What advice do you have for her?
Okay. So, first of all, having something doing with your boss, crazy. Shout out to you though.
Anybody can. It's a bad romance.
You know, and like that probably wasn't the best idea, obviously. But I think maybe consider it like in 2 ways. If anybody should be embarrassed, it's probably your boss. You know, because like that's supposed to be your guy in the office and see what he's doing. So really,
I feel like she's developed more than just the thing they did together. So the attention, he probably sold her dreams, sold her love. You know, probably love bombed her at that point. And suddenly go where he wants. You know what I mean? I know. You know what I mean? But I don't think she should feel embarrassed.
Yeah, definitely not. Because like, it's something that both of you wanted at that point in time. You know, obviously you might have wanted more. That's not great. Probably work on that. But I think if anybody should be embarrassed, like I said, it's probably your boss. Because like, who knows what he's out here doing if this is what he's doing with you, you know? So
fair enough. Second one we have by Coco Samba.
Okay. Okay.
Coco Samba, please, I don't know what kind of name is that, but it says, hi guys, big fan of the podcast. I always listen to the podcast when I do my long distance runs. Anyway, I'm a tech bro and I moved to a different city to lock in. At a gaming event, I met this girl and I really liked her, so I got her number. I'm not usually an out-and-out striker like Haaland, so I prefer to build friendships with people for a while before dating. However, this one passed my power. We talk almost every day and she completely acts like she doesn't understand when I try to suggest us dating. I currently evaluated the friendship and I feel like I've been too much of a homeboy. I listen to her rants, cramp issues, solve problems for her, take her out on this. And my real annoyance actually, and this is the final level of C finish, boy problem advice. Maybe she doesn't want a relationship to spoil everything. Very self-explanatory, right? Wrong. She always sends me funny sexual Instagram reels, but we brush away any suggestion of us doing those things. I find it hard to be direct with babes. I always like the room for plausible deniability. Should I take the risk and ask her out or just end this shit show forever?
Okay, Mr. Coco Samba. Honestly, I would say that I really don't think there's anything wrong with just being friends with the girl. Or like, you know, because obviously you're feeling her and she's not feeling you or she is giving you false hope. I don't know. Maybe you might be reading into things too much because I find that women are direct to some degree, you know.
She's sending me funny
like
sexual Instagram reels.
Sometimes people send reels. Maybe she just thought it was funny, you know.
Why is that sexual?
I feel I feel like I don't want to say be on the safe side, but it really depends on how much he really cares about the friendship, you know? Because it's like, if you go and do too much now, it's just going to spoil everything. So, I don't know.
But I think he really likes her though. I feel like he should take his chance.
Sometimes, I'm out of swear on this.
I mean, you can.
Okay, cool. Sometimes niggas get their wires crossed, you know? And it's just sort of like, think about the relationship that, okay, there's no good example for this, but it's just like, if you're close friends with somebody, you know, you guys talk about everything and anything, you know? So why does it have to be different? Just because it's this young lady that you met at the party, you know? So that might just be how she sees it. On the other hand, you might be getting signals that I don't know about, you know? So I think, just think about how much you really care about the friendship.
I think she's a wicked woman because, do you know why I think she's a wicked woman? Like, it's like she wants to have a cake and she gets. Because the guy listens to her cramping issues, is there for on her period, everything. Everything is there. And it's obviously expressive in terms of like relationship and love and all those things.
Right.
And it gets to a point for him where some boundaries are being crossed. Like, funny, you wouldn't send funny sexual Instagram reels to somebody that is just like, there's a boundary of friendship that, you know, you guys are not trying to cross. She understands. So he's like, what do you want? So the guy is really confused in this part. I mean, I think he should just try that. You know, okay, they will have a proper communication and advice and just like, no.
Also not a bad option. Because like, depending on the type of person that she is and the type of person that you are, that conversation might go a long way.
Yeah.
You know, so fair enough. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And lastly, this one is, the last one, his name is Tallest.
Okay.
I need help. This is the only place I can actually air out myself. I used to be a very cheerful guy, a very happy guy, but everything changed. I just became a shadow of myself. Why, you may ask? People have a way of breaking others, just use you and dump you into nothing. It affected me to an extent that I lived in my head. I started doing things I wouldn't do now. I'm addicted. I'm just living life in this fake world where it's just me, myself, and I. I can't sleep at night, and it's difficult because I'm glad I got to know about So Nigerian podcast, at least. Instead of crying to bed, I listen to your show. It laughs, it gives me joy. I can't socialize with the real world. I'm sorry this story seems long. I just really need to speak to a real person.
This sounds, wow. Sounds like...
It sounds like a men's mental health issue.
Yeah, to be honest. What is the reason for all this?
I think his main thing is just feels like people have just breaking him so many times that he doesn't have the energy for human interaction. People have just used him and dumped him in his own aspects. Obviously, they did give further context into some of the scenarios or circumstances, but it just feels like everything is just fake in the world, and he would just rather be by himself. You see, he says he needs to talk to real people, and he sends us a dilemma.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that feeling sort of comes sometimes for a lot of people. You know, I know that I felt that way before, but it's just sort of like, I don't know how or like what way you can find, but I feel like it's very important to do things and like, just do things that sort of like show you that you're deserving of everything that you actually do want, you know, like you can take yourself out, go to the movies by yourself, go to a restaurant and like sit down and just eat by yourself and like spend that time with yourself, so that if you ever get into a situation where it's like, okay, you feel like this person is using you or it's getting weird, you're already so sure of yourself and comfortable in yourself that you can remove yourself before it goes too far, you know, or like just set the record straight before things get funny, you know. So it's more of a self-love thing, but it's not wrong to feel that way sometimes. You know, you just have to figure out a way to like love yourself more before anybody else.
Yeah. See nuggets of wisdom, my lord. See nuggets of wisdom. Please, if you're, what's his name again? What's his name, Seth? Tallest. If you're listening, that's what you need to do, man. Self-love.
Yeah, man.
Literally. Because at the end of the day, honestly, like, disappointments is not far-fetched from people.
True.
So honestly, just do that yourself. If you want to disappoint yourself, you're disappointing yourself. And then you recover from it. And then I think that's all with the dilemmas that's all with the dilemmas. Now let's go to the reason why we are here today. And that's your music. How did you get into music?
Get into music.
You used to sing. I hope you didn't used to sing in choir. Did you used to sing in choir?
I never sang in the choir, actually.
You know, like Nigerian artists always say.
No. I never sang in the choir. Not church, not in school. I was too shy to sing in the choir in school.
Yeah.
And like in church, nobody really knew me. So like I just never like put my name up for anything or like signed up or did anything, you know. So it was more like I've always loved the guitar. Like I taught myself how to play when I was young, and from there it was just sort of my really close friend Michael. He always used to come to my house and he would bring like equipment or something that he borrowed from one of his other friends, and we would just mess around like with different beats that we got from YouTube, or like we would like get a beat from YouTube and then like set someone's phone right in front of the TV, then play the beat from the TV, and then record the full entire song in one take.
Wow.
You know, and it was. Now that I think about it, it sounds kind of crazy, but it was very, very fun way to sort of like bring myself into it, you know? So like even when I first started going to the studio, it was just sort of like, okay, I know what I want this to sound like. I know what I want to hear, you know? And my taste in that regard has just grown since then.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Even like at the first time when I was going to the studio, it felt very natural to me at that point, you know, so.
Even when you mentioned something about being shy and everything, and I remember, like I said, I remember your 4 days cover and everything. How did you feel when you dropped that cover? Like
I was like I had done covers before.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just like, okay.
Like when it blew up and like everything was just like, was it too much for you and your personality and the type of person you are?
Oh, when it blew up.
Yeah.
It was insane. There was like a level of excitement that I have only felt a few times after that, you know, because it's just like, what is going on, you know? And it's just, it was really, really crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And like, I was in school at the time. I was in university. So like the only people that I could share it with were my friends, you know. In my hostel, I had a friend, his name was Tayo. We're still friends till today. And Fadil that's sitting over there. So the three of us were like a little squad, you feel me? And like we were gassed. It was crazy. I don't know any other word to use, you know, but yeah.
You grew up in Ibadan, right?
Yeah.
What part of Ibadan?
LA. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because Smash is single. And I think I had a brief moment too in Ibadan at that time.
Okay.
And it's like, how was it like growing up in Ibadan, like music and everything? You know, the thing is, people always have misconception about Ibadan, do you understand? And I feel like you're like the perfect representation. And I remember when LA came out, so people did not even know there's obviously people that grew up in Lagos, didn't even know like there's an area in Ibadan. My aunt still stays in Akubo.
Oh, okay.
So I went to like, one of my secondary schools was there. So I had like a brief moment. And obviously like I had lived in Lagos all my life. And then I moved to Ibadan. And that time, obviously music wasn't as, you know, young people weren't really like venturing into music. So it was like, 2015, 2014-ish, 2013 time.
Yeah.
So then I remember us like going to like places, like we had friends, and I remember this Maverick schools and all these things. Those schools and stuff. We would have like singing competitions, all those things. And it just opened my horizon to the different areas and backgrounds of like growing up in Nigeria as a whole, and like where talent is. So in my head, I'm like, it's only like kids that grew up in Lagos that could do this. But then how was it like for you, just like growing up, and how it shaped you?
It was very, like, I had a lot of freedom when I was growing up. Now, this isn't because I lived in Ibadan. I mean, Ibadan is relatively safe, like, compared to when I was growing up. It was relatively safe, like, compared to other places, you know? But I had freedom mainly because, like, I have 4 other siblings, and I'm in the middle. So if my parents aren't focused on my 2 younger sisters, they're probably focused on my 2 older siblings and what they're getting up to. So it just sort of showed me a lot about life, you know? Not enough to know anything, but more like it taught me more about myself than anything, you know? So from a very young age, I knew what, like, I had like my boundaries on like what I would do and what I wouldn't do, you know, that type of thing. And then Ibadan as like a whole, it was very, very calm, you know, and like stress-free in the sense that like there's nobody that, not really anyway, you know, because we still live in Nigeria, but it's like there's nobody that was trying to get at you or like, you know, there's no pressure, it wasn't crazy. Like if you're driving on the road, you don't have to be it's just it was just calm, you know, and like I had a lot of friends and like I would always be at my friend's place, so they would come to mine and like we would go out, go to the mall to watch a movie or some stuff like that, you know. And it was always like
Ventura Mall or where?
I mean, Ventura sometimes. There was this one Palms Mall that's like around, you know, and it was pretty sweet. Like I really loved it there when I was young, you know.
When you're looking like the face of like, but I mean, but obviously, just down the line of, you know, your music and the style, you talked about how you and your friend, I think Michael or somebody, used to take beats off YouTube and your style, everything. I feel like listening to, even since LA down to Are You Listening EP, for like everything, there's always been something different about your sound. So I just always like, even your latest Popstar. If you guys haven't listened to Popstar, you're darling. I'm never going to lie. See that it's not for everybody, but it's for people that get it. Do you understand? And if you want to be someone that gets it, just, you know, listen to Popstar. Even down to Popstar, in a sense of a way, Popstar to me is different from Are You Listening EP. So what's like, how is your progression in terms of like your style?
It's more
even on features as well. Like it's like you just have a range of versatility in a way. So
you know what it means when someone says that they're collecting all the infinity stuff. It's like I love music. And like I love making music as well, you know. And I just like discovering new songs to listen to. And then like I like seeing how far I can push myself in the studio as well. You know, so even from when I first started making music and like even from when we used to record on the phone and like it was from the TV, it was just like we never used to just like stick to like, let's do like this one type of song and let's stick to that. We would be rapping and singing and doing this and that, you know, and it just, all that's just sort of like conditioned my mind to be like, I can never be satisfied with just sitting in one place and like following one road, you know, because obviously everybody's in their own lane and I'm in my own lane, you know, but in my lane, there's a lot of stuff going on in there, you know, if that makes sense. And it's just sort of like, I just want to see what the craziest thing that I can do is, you know, because like on Popstar, there's a record that's like leaning towards the funk side, you know, there's some soulful stuff, there's Afrobeats on there, you know, it's a bunch of stuff. And even last year, I dropped the trap song, you know, so it's a bunch of different things. And I feel very satisfied knowing that I can fit in anywhere when it comes to...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's a range, and I feel like people don't explore that aspect. And I feel like you have that creative freedom because you understand your craft, you understand your creativity to that point, you know. And speaking of Popstar, how did you even come up with it? Why did you decide to name the album? I listened to it, I listened to it continuously. I think it came out 2-3 weeks ago, am I right?
Yeah.
Or wrong? Yeah. So I remember when it came out, like New Music Friday, so I just like, because I'm not joking, I was a big fan of Are You Listening? So like I was looking forward to Popstar. Yeah. And so when I, you know, from Are You Listening EP, and then I was expecting something to replace Bad Romance, that kind of bad. Yeah. And it's like, I was getting different vibes from like different tracks and everything in terms of like the style. That's why I was really curious to understand your thought process. And it seems like you're very creative and you're, you know, wide range. So why did you name it Popstar? What was the idea?
It's cut a very, very, very long story short. Yeah. It's just kind of like, I've done a lot of like growing and self-reflection and just in general, like growing in life, you know, since I dropped Are You Listening, you know, and the point that I'm at right now, that's just how I see myself,
You see yourself as a pop star.
Pretty much is why I named it that. Because it's just like, I feel like when people hear that, they're conditioned to think that, okay, this sort of has to fit into a box, and that's what that needs to be. But like on this project, as much as I'm trying to bring people into my mind and into my world and like show people that like, okay, I have this experience and they might have it too. It's more of a thing where I'm just trying to like break the boundaries of the box, if that makes sense, because like when people hear pop star, they're thinking that it's like, okay, this person makes this certain type of music and that's what we're expecting to hear. And then you listen to the project and it's just like, oh.
It genuinely takes you on a journey. I'm never going to lie.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty about it. And like, you obviously talked about making it. How long did it take you to make the album?
Like since the ending of 2024. So I would say like a year and some months.
Were there tracks that like feel like, man, I should have put this, like,
I mean, 100%, because it's just like, I fall in love with my songs, a lot. And then like, I'm so sure that this is what I want on here. And then another one comes along and I'm like, okay, maybe I should reevaluate, But I think there's only one song that has been constant throughout all the changes and all these things, is Space.
Was that your favorite one to make?
That wasn't my favorite one to make. Of all the 8 songs, that wasn't my favorite one to make. It was more, I made that like around the time when I first came up with the concept for the project itself. That was like 2024, December, 2025, January, around that time. So that song is...
What was your favorite one to make on the album?
My favorite one to make would be... this changes all the time. I have so many different experiences with each song. But I would say Chaos right now, because like that's a session that I can remember. That's
the intro, literally.
Yeah. That's a session that I can remember. It was one of the last sessions that I did also for the project, you know, because that song itself, like the idea itself is like 2 or 3 years old, so me and my producer, Ari, we just kind of took what we had before and turned it into this, and like the session, it was me, Ari, and Kemwell. And Kemwell is a really amazing artist. And he's my friend. We were in there and like, cause like it's very vocal heavy, the song. So we were just trying to figure out, okay, this harmony here, that harmony there. It was just flowing and it was really, really beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. So that I think is one of the ones that like burned into my memory for sure.
I can tell because even when you listen to it, and like I said, the intro, it was very, very distinctive, and it was different, obviously different from the intro. Are you listening, and the comparison, and so many artists, there's always like a certain type of, it's the way intro goes in music now, and like in most people's projects, and it's like, that's different, and that's one thing that I appreciate about the project. So moving on from like pop star, or still on pop star,
right?
We're thinking now, obviously you talked about birthing the idea of pop star in 2024. Are you now thinking like, is it like, do you do your music in terms of, or your creativity in terms of what area, where you are? Because you mentioned pop star being, that's where you are in life now. So now your next project, are you thinking, okay, I'm at a certain stage and then I'll make a project in aspect of that stage, or how does it come across? Or do you plan ahead, like really, really plan ahead?
I mean, recently there's been a certain level of like intentionality in like my planning and like just the work that I do in general. But I don't think that is something that I could rush if I tried. Like stuff like that, you know? Because I'm still in the pop star era. There's still a second side of it that's still going to come.
I'm like, what's pop side A, pop side B?
Yeah, so it's like, it's a full, like picture of vinyl, right?
Yeah.
And like it has two sides. So this is just the first half of it. And then we still have a second side to come. So I'm still super excited about that.
What's coming up? Just give us why is everybody looking at me? Do we need spoilers?
I mean,
what's coming up in B-side?
We can't really get those spoilers right now, but it's the only guarantee.
It doesn't get So Nigerian podcast exclusive.
I mean, I wish I could, but it's like the only guarantee that I can give is that it's going to be
You want me to be shocked and surprised? Same way I was surprised.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
Why? Everybody loves a good surprise. We love a good surprise. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. And the thing about obviously, you tell us release date as well for Popstar. So we're not going to ask you in that aspect. So thinking about songs and features and everything.
Right.
I think there was a song you featured. Was it last year? You were on a feature role last year.
Yeah.
I think the one with Yarden.
Yeah. Yeah, Ifoma. Yeah.
What song? Well, before you go, what song are you looking forward to performing in Popstar?
I think my favorite song to perform off the project so far is Simone. Yeah.
I was going to say that because Simone, I think what song does it come after? I'm trying to remember. And it's like in the middle of the project.
Yeah, it comes after Isn't It Beautiful.
Yeah, Isn't It Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Isn't It Beautiful, you released it last year, so I think.
No, this was like
early this year.
Yeah, early this year, like March.
Year, so I think because I already knew Isn't It Beautiful, so I just got into, because obviously people will say, oh, listen to it in the.
I mean, don't worry, man. I feel like sometimes I be skipping on projects where like songs already come out.
Yeah, so I just moved into Simone, and Simone is very different. So I think is that the one that I'm always, because I just listen to albums, like I don't really be knowing titles sometimes. Is that the one that you kind of like wanted to do like funk? Like
that was
that's the one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one, the experience. So what was it like? Have you envisioned, maybe there's like a Taves experience concert and you just have just your fans and then you just doing the whole project from, have you envisioned?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I think this year that's something that I could definitely accomplish, because I've been working a lot on like building my community.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I do, like when I do eventually do that show, it's gonna be just an amazing experience for everybody, And like, I like when I organize the shows myself, because like everybody knows what we're there to do. You feel me? Like it's just an amazing experience, you know? And like Simone is one of my favorite songs to perform because like the instrumental itself, like it's so rich and it's so full. Like there's so many things to pick up from there, And like I've had dancers on stage when I was performing it and like they love the song. So it's just like we're all just feeding off of each other's energy. The band, everybody's just, and it's great, honestly.
I want to know your first experience on stage.
My first experience on stage, like my first, or like as Taves?
You speak so much as a shy guy, like you could tell that, you are like, you're a very shy person growing up. So how was it like for you?
I mean, I did a talent show when I was in secondary school. It didn't go well. It wasn't
video on YouTube.
No, I don't think so. I hope not. It didn't go well. It was very. Like, I didn't do any prep because, like, I knew I could sing.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, cool. Let's just see how far we can go with it.
About as Taves?
As Taves, I would say there was a premiere block party that happened in Ibadan. And that was my first official, like, stage performance. And I just kind of, like, I prepared for it, but you can never really be ready for like a performance. You can prep and be sure that this is what you're gonna do. But I got there and I just kind of lost myself in the moment. Like I was having so much fun. And recently, like a couple of weeks ago, I spoke to somebody that was at that concert.
Yeah.
And then I was the first person to perform also. Yeah. And they were just like that. They remember that performance in their mind. Like I barely even remember it, but it's like they said that he said that he just loved like the energy that came with it, and I was really just having fun, so, yeah.
You spoke about building your community and like your fan interactions, and there are people, I think I obviously see on Twitter, so I'm very active on Twitter, so I see, your people, you have your own fans and everything. What's your favorite fan interaction so far?
So far? Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if this counts, but like, on my birthday, a bunch of my fans sent me like just a bunch of different things, and I thought that was really cool.
Really?
And like I thought it was cute as well because like there was like a big ass poster with me on it, and like there were a bunch of handwritten letters. Wow. There were some cupcakes. There was like a little like crocheted hats that I got as well, and I thought that was really sweet. So I would say that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Or you get those who start throwing bra on stage.
I don't even think I have any songs that need you to throw your bra on stage. But
what makes you think you don't have any songs? What do you think? They can't, Simone. They can't throw bra on stage.
If spirit moves you, crazy.
Man, that's what's your songwriting creativity like? Are they from like personal experiences or like?
I mean, a lot of my songs are from, if not from a personal experience, then like they're from like a situation that I've sort of witnessed or observed, and like I'm just giving my own take on it. You know, like Take Me Away. I had watched a movie called 500 Days of Summer before I made that song, and that song is pretty much just me trying to sort of capture what I felt like the main character was going through throughout the movie, you know. So
that's really
it
nice.
differs, yeah.
If someone, you know, at the end of the day, everybody has this perception of artists, you know. And the same way, obviously before I met you in person, the same way, like if they said Taves, and from listening to your music, like this is how you are and everything, I wouldn't say it's that far-fetched. You understand? I wouldn't say it's that far-fetched of the music you make. So I just, you know, what would you like people to know that like about Taves that people can't really perceive outside?
I feel like people think that I'm shy or something like that, and I mean I get it, you know, because I don't really be making noise online, and like if you see me outside, I'm pretty chill, but that's just how I am as a person, you know, and it's just I feel like being chill doesn't really equate to being shy, like. Cause like if the situation calls for it, you know, but like it's just like I just try not to put myself in those situations, you know. So and like it's very few things that'll like move me to act out a character also. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Are there people you're looking forward to working with?
Yeah, 100%. You know.
Do you want to mention some names?
Yeah, for sure. There's Victoni. At the top of my list right now is Victoni. Damn. I don't even know what to say. It's just like, I've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff that he's been like putting out, and he's about to drop his album as well. I'm super excited for that. And I would say...
Even on the international scene as well.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. There's this one UK artist. His name is Kamal.
Yeah.
I think his music is very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
I really, really like his songs, and I feel like we would make some really cool stuff. And there's a couple actually. There's Dexter and the News Agent.
Yeah.
There's this artist as well. Her name is Ama. She's also from the UK. I think they make like really, really beautiful music, and I would really love to work with them.
You know, there's somebody that I think, wow, like you guys would go together like bread and butter. Like, I think Odio. You see?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, there's a certain type of way, you know, you explain so much about your creative freedom towards like making music and everything. And I feel it's also, you know, similar because I listen to his music as well.
Right.
And he also plays around. Obviously, there's certain things that he picks up from different sounds and everything. And I just feel, you know, you guys have that similar. Just, you know, your music doesn't remind me, but like I think the thought process and the creative process towards music. Yeah, and that's the thing about artistry and creativity. So I just feel like you guys would make something magical together.
I mean, yeah, I would love to put out a song with the deal. It would be really crazy. Yeah, honestly, because I listen to his music a lot as well.
Definitely. Yeah. Do you guys have like songs of the week or like songs you're listening to that are not from like that? Obviously, you listen to your songs, everything, but like you have sometimes when other artists make songs and you just listen to it like it's like your favorite.
Ooh, yeah, I would say yes.
Do you want to put some people on? Let's aside from listening to pop stars.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Kemo dropped this song called Ose Baby. Banga. Slaps. It's crazy. Like, I think this was like a week or 2 weeks ago, and I've been listening to the song since then. I really love it. And obviously, I can't pick between...
He's a very good songwriter as well.
Kemo, yeah. He's
I've
definitely...
seen him in some credits and stuff.
Yeah, he's a really great songwriter, and I just really love his music. You know? And I can't pick between Fresh and Slick, but I listen to both of them. I'm not gonna lie, you know. So, baby, do you love me? Do you love me? That shit is crazy, man. So, 100%.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you have like a favorite food? Just for people to know what you like to eat. I mean, so much. You know the funny thing about this episode is that we've learned so much about you as a person, aside from even your creative process towards making music. And I think what people can know, obviously, you love your TV shows, you love your movies and all those stuff. Even down to some of the TV shows inspiring some songs and movies and all those things. And what else can people know about you in terms of like your favorite food, what you like to do, and everything?
Okay. My favorite food. I like a good plate of. Damn, I feel like this is boring. I like a good plate of like pasta of any kind, you know, and stand out for me would definitely
I wasn't expecting that answer, but
stand out for me would definitely be like lasagna, you know, bangs.
She just like Italian cuisine.
Yeah, you know, and what else? My favorite color is blue. You know,
has anyone ever asked your favorite color before?
Not recently. No, not recently. What do I like to do?
Obviously like your movies and TV shows. But like,
of course.
What do you actually use to decompress aside from movies and TV shows? Like, what's your chill? You know, like hanging out with your friends, like what are you guys doing and all that stuff?
Talking the most shit. Like the most.
I know that group chat be buzzing.
It gets crazy. And like I really like hanging out with my friends because like when like you make music and like people know you, it's you meet a lot of people and like it's a lot of like respect between you, but at the same time it's like surface level relationships, you know, and I feel like having people that really know you is like very, very important, and I like hanging out with the people that really know me. You know?
Okay, that's really nice. So you guys, we've gotten to the end of this episode. I don't know why Taves doesn't want to tell us when Popstar B is coming, but you guys should obviously look out and listen to Popstar just to enjoy the whole songs. And it's been a pleasure having you guys.
Thanks so much for having me, man.
Just knowing you and understanding your creative process towards your songs, it just makes a whole lot of sense. And there's intentionality and then intellectualism into the way you create your music. You can tell that you're not just doing it for any hour, or anything. Do you understand? I can tell that there's so many people that would enjoy and relate so much to what you're doing, even in terms of like young artists out there and everything. And I feel like you inspire people, man, young people and everything. Me, my music career is. So I would have, if you inspired me, maybe Giada start. If you inspired me, maybe like my music career, I don't know what it's looking like.
I mean, don't give up, man. You never know. Honestly,
let me be on Popstar B. If you let me be on Popstar B, I'm down, man. But guys, thanks so much for having us. You guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you rate this podcast 5-star. Listen on Apple, Spotify, everywhere you listen to podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube. Comment down below your favorite Taves song. I know you guys have some special ones. I have special ones. It's not like I said I did listen to them for like and features and everything. But you see Bad Romance. Let me tell you a story about Bad Romance before we end. I was going through a situationship breakup when that song. God, I didn't want to say at the beginning because I feel like some people might have even ended the episode so it gets to the person. She understand. See that song, then put it there. Don't worry. And then that part that you said we should put it in work. I just need a betterment. Don't let me spoil your ears with my voice. But
honestly, I feel like you're one of the you might be the first person that told me that's your favorite song of mine. I swear.
It was on my top list on YouTube Music last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I fuck with it from the first everything. So yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, man.
And yeah, peace out. Make sure you guys subscribe.